Hello and welcome to this Christmas yoga routine. So it's a great routine to do Christmas morning. You're just getting up before you go and sit down and start drinking coffee and opening presents. Just limber up a little bit. It'll take us 15 minutes and it'll soften your muscles and make you feel oh so great. So if you're not already in something comfy, go ahead and push pause, get into something you can move around in. Otherwise, you can really just do this routine in practically anything you've got on right now. It could be your pajamas, it could be a pair of sweats, and it could be yoga gear if you want. Otherwise, it's not really necessary. So let's start at the top of our mat and we're going to go into mountain pose. Now, as we're doing yoga, as usual, make sure that you breathe deeply into the belly. On the inhales, take a long, lingering inhale and a long, lingering exhale. And I will prompt you throughout the program so that we sync our breath with the movement. So come on up to the top of your mat. Have your feet about hip width apart, not much more. We're going to go into a nice mountain pose, and then we're going to swoop down and come into a rag doll. So just stand nice and released and relaxed for a moment. Take a big inhale. Nice, full, complete exhale. Beautiful. On your next inhale, sweep your arms right on up overhead. Take a big lift of 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, little back bend. And on the exhale, start to swan dive down towards your mat. Go ahead and bend your knees at this point. Land your hands on the mat in front and drape yourself right over your thighs. Come on into ragdoll. Good. Now, if you want to pick up your arms, you may certainly hang on to your elbows with opposite hands and allow your head to hang as well. Take a big inhale into the low back and belly. And exhale to lengthen and soften. Good. Let's linger here for one more cycle of breath. Nice deep inhalation. Beautiful. Exhaling to release and soften. Allow the spine to lengthen. Good work. Now, on your next inhalation, come on into a half lift. Straighten up your legs. Place your hands directly below your knees. Straighten your arms. Come into an L shape as you look straight down at the floor. Take a big inhale. Exhale. Take a little dip down into a forward bend then. Hinge forward from the hips. We're just going to tap down, boom, a little tap down, and then inhale, come on back up to standing. If you need to bend your knees coming back up to standing, you may certainly do that. Take a big overhead inhale as you catch a wave and a little back bend. Good. Keep on flowing. Exhale, come all the way down once more time. Go ahead and bend your knees at this point. Come all the way down, draping yourself over your thighs. Pick up your arms and hold your elbows with opposite hands if you like to. If you're not, just keep them dangling on the floor. Either way is good. Taking those nice deep inhalations. Exhaling. Good. We'll inhale to one more nice set. And a nice full complete exhale. Good work. Go ahead now on your next inhale. Once again, come on into half lift. Straighten your legs. Place your hands below your knees. So this just returns the blood to the body slowly and gently after we've been in ragdoll. Take a big inhale. And exhale. Nice little forward bend. Hinging forward from the hips. Keep your low back nice and straight. We're just going to do a little tap down. Nothing serious. Boom, little tap down, and then inhale, come on and back up to standing. And once again, if you need to bend your knees coming back up to standing, you go ahead and do that. If you can do it straight leg, that's great too. Go ahead and take a big overhead lift, little back bend, and exhale, bring the hands down by your sides. Beautiful, roll it out. Nice. Now catch another big overhead inhale. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Beautiful. Exhale as you start to swan dive down towards the floor. Once again, land your hands this time right below your shoulders. Step back with your left, step back with your right, coming into downward dog. Inhale and exhale to land on your heels if you're able to. If not, that's fine too. Take a big inhale. And a nice exhale, allowing the head and neck to soften. Take another inhale, and this time when you take an inhale, just look up at the top of your mat. Exhale, now just tap down onto your knees. There we go. Come on down to your knees. We're going to come into the tabletop position with a big inhale and a nice exhale. Good. Now we're going to work our way into some cat-cows. So go ahead on your next inhale. You're just going to drop the belly and lift the head. Keep your elbows nice and soft as we work our way through these spinal warm-up. Big inhale, exhale. Now curl your forehead down towards your thighs. Tuck your tailbone in and really press into the mat as you arch your back up to the sky. Good. Inhale once again, dropping the belly, lifting the head. So really warming up our spine. Exhale, come forward. And these fluid, easy movements, really enjoy that feeling of stretching out, warming up the spine, our beautiful spines. Good. Inhale once again, dropping the belly, lifting the head. And exhale to come forward. There you go. Come on forward. Pressing into the mat as you take your forehead down towards your thighs, tucking in the tailbone, squeezing your navel up toward your spine. Good. Inhale, release. Last time, drop the belly, lift the head. And exhale to curl it in, curl it on down. That's the way. Pressing into the mat as you go. Really tucking in the tailbone. Good work. And now inhale, release to neutral. And exhale to release. Nice. Now on your next inhale, take 2 steps forward with your hands. Drop down to your elbows where your hands were. Come on into extended waiting puppy. From here, you can either take your forehead down to the mat, and if you'd like to go a little bit deeper, and if it's available to you, go ahead and take your chin down to the mat. There we go. Take a nice big inhale when you get here. Feel that beautiful stretch in the shoulder and across the chest. Also gives you a nice hip stretch. And a nice big inhale. And a full, complete exhale. Good work. And on your next inhale, come up onto your elbows, walk your hands back, come back into tabletop. And exhale it out. And from here, we're going to work our way into child's pose. So just tap your toes, your big toes together behind you, and sit back on your haunches. Go ahead and bring your forehead toward your knees, as close to your knees as you can. From here in child's pose, you can have your arms up either overhead. They'll give you a nice stretch in the low back. If you prefer to get a stretch between your shoulder blades, you can go ahead and curl your arms down by your sides. And then just merely take all the weight off and take all the tension out of the body. Take those big inhales. It's creating lots of space in the low back and in the SI joint. Good. Hold in there, exhaling. Really use the breath to create lots of space in the low back. Let's linger here for one more cycle of breath. Another nice big inhale. And a full, complete exhale. Good work. Now on your next inhale, come on back up to all fours. And exhale it out. Good. Now from here, just go ahead and swing your legs out to one side or the other. Come on into sitting. We'll stretch out our hamstrings a little before we move on with the day. So have your feet out in front of you to start. Now take your legs 1, 2 steps out to the side. So it doesn't have to be very wide. We're not going to go into an ultra wide forward bend. We're just going to go into a semi wide. So your legs are about at a 45-degree. As you inhale, you're going to sit up nice and tall. Exhale, now take your shoulders, turn them towards your right ankle. Exhale, slide your hands down on either sides of your right leg toward the right ankle. Try and keep your toes pointed up to the sky to engage the muscles. Take your time on this. Very deep stretch, taking a big inhales and exhales. And exhaling to soften and release the head. Then you're going to feel a nice big stretch on the top part of your hip on the left side. Of course, we'll do the other side, but for now it'll be on the left side. You'll feel a nice stretch. Big inhales and exhales. Take your time. Good. We'll linger here for one more cycle of breath. Another nice big inhale. And exhale. Good work. Inhale now to walk your hands back. Walk your hands back. Exhale, turn your shoulders now to face your left ankle. Slide your hands down on either side of your left leg towards the left ankle as you come forward, keeping your back nice and straight. And once again, now you're going to feel that stretch in the top part of your right hip. Take those nice deep inhalation when you get here. And exhale to soften and release. Allow the head and neck to go soft. That's the way. A nice big inhale. Once again, keep your toes pointed up to the sky if you can. Keep the legs engaged. Good work. Another nice deep inhalation. And a nice exhale. Beautiful. Inhale now to start to walk the hands back. And exhale, turn the front to face forward. Good. Now just take your feet to center. We're going to do a forward bend. If you want to start Paschimottanasana with your knees slightly bent, bring your toes towards you. This is an easier way to get your hamstrings to loosen up without them screaming the minute you start to bend forward. So it's having your knees bent, toes pointing forward. Sweep your arms right on up overhead to a count of 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. A little stretch up at the top. Exhale, hinge forward from your hips. Keep that low back nice and straight. You don't want to put any strain, excess strain on the lumbar. Good. And as you come down a little bit, just land your hands. Now, try and straighten out your legs at this point. If you don't want to, or they're not able to, it's not available to you at the moment, that's fine. It's just a kind of an easier way of getting our hamstrings to release for us without starting from the with legs straight. So if they're bent and then you straighten them, you get a little bit more stretch out of those hamstrings without as much resistance. Good. Take those nice big inhales and exhales as you would go ahead and soften and release forward. Beautiful. Really take those nice deep inhales into the low back and belly. Exhaling to soften and release. Take your time on this very deep stretch. This will really set you up for a great day, though, when you have your hamstrings all stretched out. And exhaling to release. Good. And on your next inhale now, just start to walk your hands back. You can tighten up your legs a little bit here as you walk your hands back. Come on up to sitting. And exhale it out. Now from here, go ahead and swing your arms behind you. Interlace your fingers behind the back. Press your hands and wrists down towards your mat. And on the inhale, now just pick your hands and wrists up toward the sky. And just allow that action of picking up your hands and wrists to draw the shoulders back, really opening up the chest in a slight back bend. With a big inhale, good. And on your exhale, just soften and release. Release very slowly. Good. Nice. Go ahead now and come on onto all fours one more time. Come around and land your hands below your shoulders. And your knees are going to be below your hips. Inhale once again to look straight down at your mat and lengthen up the spine. Exhale, take your toes out to the sides and press up into a downward dog. Start to lift your knees and hips up to the sky. Good. Take another big inhale when you get here. Exhale, you can go ahead at this point and just do a little pedaling out on the downward dog if you'd like to. Go ahead and stretch out those hamstrings and the calf muscles a little bit more. Go ahead and sway side to side a bit if you like to. You don't have to always be static. Down dog. Good. Take the nice big inhales. Exhales to land and allow the head and neck to just bob down towards the floor. Beautiful work. We're not going to stay here much longer. Take a big inhale as you look up at the top of your mat. Exhale, take a hop, skip, or a jump. Come on all the way up to the top. Catch a half lift. Once again, placing the hands below the knees, straightening up the arms. Good work. Exhale, come into a full forward bend then. Come on into a forward bend. Just going to tap down. Forward bend. Keep that back nice and straight. Inhale, come on back up to standing. And once again, if you need to bend your knees, you can go ahead and do that. If you come up with straight leg, that's fine too. Come on back up to mountain pose. Take your time. Catch a big overhead wave and a lift. And exhale to bring your arms down by your sides, palms facing forward. Good work. Take a big inhale. And an exhale. And there you have it. I hope you have an amazing day. Thank you so much for joining me, and Merry Christmas.